What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. This is a Money Monday edition of Urban Platform Speaks, and today I want to talk to you about breaking poor money habits. Right, money habits for blue collar, especially for blue collar workers. Money habits that really keep people poor and that really keep people in debt. A lot of times when you are a blue collar worker like myself, I've always done like manual labor, from carpet cleaning to tub and towel refinishing, bathroom remodeling, and stuff like that. So basically, I work with my hands. And just because you are a blue collar worker, that don't mean that you don't have to that you don't need like good money habits. And really, as a blue collar worker, you really need good money habits, because a lot of times when you do manual labor tends to break you down more so than somebody that's doing white collar work. Like somebody who's basically doing like office work, clerical work, paperwork, stuff like that. With blue collar workers, our jobs and our careers tend to be like more physically demanding. So if you an when you have an opportunity to whatever money you have opportunity to make as a blue collar worker, you want to make sure that you have good money habits, and that you are not, you're not really you're taking advantage of all of the good habits and everything. So because your opportunity for working and earning money, your window is going to be a lot shorter, because like I said, the physical demand a lot of times of the work you do. Some people work in warehouses, some people work on assembly lines and stuff like that. So that work is demanding. And so the money that you make doing these kind of jobs, like I said, you want to be, make sure that you're not really wasting it. You're taking advantage of the money you're making, and you're making the most of it. And so with that being said, I want to the first thing I want to share with you, as far as like um a great money habit to have, and it's a habit that most people don't have, right? And that is pay yourself first. And when a lot of times when we get paid, whether it's from our job, or whether it's you're a contractor or something, we tend to pay the bills, like we pay off our bills and expenses first, and then whatever's left, we pay ourselves. But I have found over the years, like through my experience, that that's not really the way to go. When I first started out, I started out just saving 10%. And really, 10%, you're not really going to miss that. So that's like $10 on every $100 that you make. You're not really going to miss that. And you'll get used to saving that 10%, and you let that money accumulate. So every time you get paid, you take out 10%, then you go and you pay your bills and you pay your expenses, right? Because no matter what, bills are not going nowhere. Bills, you're always going to have bills. You're always going to have expenses. And so it's best to pay yourself, and that way you're building up a cash reserve. And another good thing about paying yourself is it's good for you, like psychologically, to know that you are that even if it's only 10%, to know that you're making some progress. If you don't, if you don't pay yourself, and you get into the habit of just paying all your bills and expenses first, you pay everybody else first, and sometimes you'll end up with nothing, right? And that can kind of be demoralizing, and it'll kind of break your spirits a little bit. But if you pay yourself, and you even, like I said, if it's only 10%, and you see yourself making some progress, that's something for you to look forward to. And so that's definitely that's one of the you everybody, all business people, they pay themselves first, man. Well, I'm not going to say all, but most business people, successful business people, pay themselves first. The next one is, avoid bad debt, right? Um, and by that I mean like credit cards. You know, I typically like I don't buy, what I mean, I don't use credit cards. I typically pay flat out cash for whatever I want, and so and if I can't pay cash for it, then either I'm going to save up for it, or I know that it's something that I really don't need. And that goes for everything. I mean, I pay cash for like used cars, for equipment for my business, um, everything, clothes, um, everything. I pay cash for everything because if you have a credit card, then you're going to pay interest on that credit card, right? And if when you're first starting out in business, that interest that you're making or that you're spending could be money that you could be saving, or that could be money going towards like getting you more supplies, or that could be money that's going towards your payroll. And so you definitely want to avoid bad debt, because bad debt really can like slow down the process, slow down your growth, you know what I mean, and your process. And also when you pay like cash for everything, that keeps you, that makes you better at like I said, first of all, you want to be saving 10%, but and that does make you like you budget your money better, because you can't rely on those credit cards. And that practice right there of avoiding bad debt over the years has really served me well. I really encourage you to do that. When I first started my first business, man, I had a ton of debt. I had luxury SUV, and I was, I bought a whole bunch of nonsense that I really didn't need, with credit cards and stuff like that. But once I paid those credit cards off and I just started paying everything, with cash, like whatever I can afford, um, then I can see my growth financially in my business. I was able to save more money, and then so once you're able to save more money, then you're able to invest more in your in your business. So if, for instance, if a business opportunity come up, and you have and you got you cash poor, you have a bunch of bad debt, you can miss out on some business opportunities. I have missed out on business opportunities early in my, in my career too, where I was, like somebody approached me with a business deal opportunity I wanted to get in on, but I couldn't do it because I was cash poor, and I didn't have any savings. So definitely avoid bad debt. That'll help you to grow faster too. Another thing you want to do, a poor money habit that you want to break, is you want to have 3 to 6 months of cash reserves, right? And so that means like 3 to 6 months living expenses. And by that I mean, like, if you were to stop working for some reason, you want to know that you'll be able to live off of your savings for 3 to 6 months. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that, like, for everybody, it's not easy to get to this point, right? It took me a while, to learn how to save and budget my money to where as though I could get to this point. But by the time I did learn how to save and budget my money and was able to get to that point, that cash reserve came in handy. About 4 years ago, I was in a serious car accident, right? A truck jumped or ran over a median strip and hit me head on. I was in my work van. This truck hit me head on. And so, it messed up my whole right side, broke my leg. I had glass all in my face. I had glass all in my arms and shoulders. My shoulders was my left shoulder was messed up. And and so out of work. You know, I mean, I own my own business. You know, I'm self-employed, and I was out of work. The doctor told me I couldn't go back to work for 6 months. And if I didn't have any money saved up, man, I would have been in terrible shape. You know, I had to go through like physical therapy for I think for longer than 6 months, probably more than 6 months. But I went through physical therapy for about I don't know, about 8 months or so. It was a long time. But the fact that I had money saved up, where so I could pay my bills, I had, enough, I didn't fall behind on anything, man, and for somebody who comes from my background, like I didn't grow up with a silver spoon. I didn't grow up rich. We weren't like financially, like we didn't know a lot about money for us, like how to manage money. We wasn't like financially literate in our household because we didn't really have any money, but this is one thing that I picked up, like I said early on in my when I first started my first business. And by the time I needed that type of money to hold me down until I got back on my feet, then that came in handy. I didn't, like I said, I had enough money saved up where as though I could hire people to take my place on my job at my businesses. And they worked for me for a few months until I was able to get back on my feet. But that's very important to have 3 to 6 months cash reserve saved up. And so now if you want to learn you want some ideas on how to do that, I can tell you one thing. Like all right, so you got to learn how to live like on a certain portion of your money so you can save, like I said, at least 10%. Like right now I save way more than 10%. But like I said, you got to find ways to earn extra money. If, for instance, if you work a full-time job, 40 hours a week, then you can go out and get a part-time job, like an extra 10 hours a week, whereas though you can bank that money because it comes in handy. I never thought that I would need it like that, but it definitely came in handy. Another poor money habit, you know what I mean, that you need to break is expensive hobbies. And now an expensive hobby could be something like shopping. Like I like to shop. I buy a lot of sneakers, a lot of tennis shoes. And like like when you first starting out, you don't want to be, you don't want to have a whole lot of tennis shoes and clothes and jewelry and stuff like that. It's just a waste of time. Now, I used to buy watches, but I don't buy watches like that because I realized that, I don't know how many watches I have. I might have probably like about 15 watches or something like that. So I stopped buying watches, but cut back on the expensive habits and the clothes and stuff. Like the reason why I got really into buying tennis shoes because I play basketball a lot, right? And that's not an excuse because I knew better. I knew that I should not be really, you only need a couple pair of tennis shoes. You don't need as many tennis shoes. I don't even want to tell you how many pair of shoes I have, but shoes, you can't resell them. They don't have any retail. Most times, shoes don't have any retail value once you wear them, or even if you don't wear them, once you pull them out of the store, and same thing for clothes, same thing for jewelry. A lot of what we buy depreciates. So try to make sure that you don't have any expensive hobbies like shopping, maybe eating out all the time, or going to the movies or going to shows and stuff like that. Just really just try to, like I said, be wise with the way you spend your money, and definitely you don't want to have any expensive habits. Let me see. Another thing I think will help is to learn to invest. Right? Don't just rely on sitting your money in the bank. You have to learn. I think everybody needs to learn how to invest, how to make your money grow for you. Even if it's not stocks, you can get like the IRA, the Roth accounts. You could get those. I think those are pretty good, especially for entrepreneurs, people who are self-employed. You get to save up to like a certain amount of money every year. And I think that's a good deal. And the best investment, I think, for anybody, for everybody, is to invest in yourself. Always be in like learn mode. Try to learn, improve your skill set, and the more you improve your skill set, like the more valuable you are in the job market and the work market or wherever, man. So invest in yourself. That's the most important investment that anybody can make. And there's no reason for you not to be able to invest in yourself, because it's so many different. You have the internet. You can go to the library and just study up on different things. You have online courses. You can go back to college, or go to college if you want to, but always, invest in yourself and continue to learn. Right. And so that's very important. And this right here, this last one is right, like what I said about as far as like saving, right? Don't rely on like your savings. Don't rely like to think that you're going to get wealthy by just saving money. You like I said, the money that's sitting there, and if it's sitting in the bank is going to charge you so many different service charges that you won't be able to make a profit with that money sitting there in the bank. So the longer you sit your money in the bank, the more it'll evaporate. So you definitely have to learn how to invest your money and how to grow your money. And like I said, don't just rely on saving you can't save your way to wealth. It won't work. I tried it for a while. I saved a lot of money. I got stuck on saving a certain percentage. Things come up, cars break down, you need new tires, you get windshields chipped, and things come up so much faster than you are able to save. You need a new work van. I mean, it could be so many different things, man, that like I said, you have to learn how to invest your money, and you cannot expect to be able to save your way to wealth. It won't work. Trust me, I tried it. But yeah, those are just some pointers, some tips I gave, just to break like poor money habits. If you like use these tips that I gave you, you're definitely, I'm telling you, right away you'll see the results. And you definitely have to take measures to break these poor money habits if you want to you want to be able to relax, as you get older, or not be able to or not have to work so hard later on, in life. The earlier you start with these breaking these poor money habits, the better off you'll be. But and then on the other hand, like, it's never too late. So if you're older, don't think that, you know what I mean, like you can't do it. It's never too late. And so yeah, man, with that being said, I hope that this information is I hope that you're able to use this information. These are some of the things that I use to help me grow my business, help me to grow financially, and in my just in my everyday life, man. Just help me to manage my money and manage my life in a way that now I'm able to live more comfortable, and it's like it's stress free for real. And yeah, so definitely, man, apply these tips that I gave you, and you'll be good. So with that being said, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll check you all out on the next video.